Hey there! Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're joining Lena on her first exciting day in Brighton, and along the way, we'll explore a bunch of words to describe emotions and feelings. You'll see how to use them naturally, just like native speakers do. So, grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's dive in. Lena woke up with a strong sense of anticipation. You know that fluttery, excited feeling you get before something important or fun happens? That's what anticipation is. For example, I felt a sense of anticipation before my first day at the new job. Lena felt that exact mix of excitement and nervousness as she got ready for the day. Stepping outside, the warm sun and gentle sea breeze made her feel complete contentment. That's when you feel peaceful and satisfied with what's around you. Like, she felt contentment while sipping her coffee by the window. Lena thought, this is the kind of calm happiness I've been waiting for. She checked her phone and saw a message from her best friend, Mia. Hey Lena, are you nervous? Lena typed back, honestly, I'm a bit anxious. Feeling anxious is when you are worried or tense about something. For instance, I was anxious before the big presentation. Mia replied quickly, don't worry, just embrace it. Lena smiled, thinking about embrace. To embrace something is to accept it fully, even the scary or uncertain parts. Like, I decided to embrace the challenges of my new job. She took a deep breath and tried to embrace the day with a positive mindset. Walking along the pier, Lena paused as she heard a street musician playing the violin. The melody brought back old memories and filled her with nostalgia, that bittersweet feeling of longing for the past. For example, hearing that song fills me with nostalgia. Lena remembered summers by the lake with her family and smiled softly. Sitting on a bench, Lena noticed a little boy fall while running. She felt empathy, understanding his feelings because she had been in similar situations as a child. Empathy is when you recognize and share someone else's emotions. Like, she felt empathy for the homeless man on the street. She handed the boy a tissue and offered a comforting smile. Suddenly, a seagull swooped down and snatched her croissant. Lena laughed out loud. That was completely unexpected, something you didn't see coming. For example, the news was completely unexpected. She shrugged and laughed, thinking, well, that's a funny surprise. Later, Lena entered a small cafe. The barista greeted her warmly, and she felt grateful. Being grateful means appreciating kindness or something good someone does for you. For instance, I'm grateful for all the help I received. Lena smiled, thinking how small gestures can make a big difference. While sipping her coffee, Lena reflected on her feelings. She sometimes felt overwhelmed, like when emotions, tasks, or thoughts pile up and feel too much. For example, I felt overwhelmed with all the work I had to finish. She wrote in her journal to process her thoughts, a way to understand and work through emotions. Writing helps me process my feelings. Around noon, Lena spotted a group of local artists sketching the seafront. Curiosity sparked inside her. She felt curiosity, a strong desire to learn or know more. For example, her curiosity made her explore new places. She asked if she could join, and they welcomed her warmly. Starting to draw, Lena felt insecure, doubting her own skills. Being insecure is when you feel uncertain or not confident about yourself. For example, I felt insecure about my first dance performance. One artist encouraged her, focus on enjoying the process, not perfection. That made her feel reassured or comforted and confident again. I felt reassured after talking to my mentor. Each pencil stroke gave Lena a quiet sense of pride, the positive feeling when you accomplish something. For example, he felt pride in finishing the marathon. She whispered to herself, I actually did that. My sketch doesn't look terrible at all. Later, she received a call from her sister back home. Listening to her sister's voice brought a warm feeling of longing, wanting to be somewhere or with someone. For example, she felt a longing to return home. Even though she missed her family, hearing their voices comforted her. As she explored a nearby park, Lena noticed a man sitting alone, looking melancholy. That's when someone feels a quiet sadness or gloom. For instance, he felt melancholy after saying goodbye to his friend. She greeted him with a soft hello, and he gave a faint smile. Even small gestures could change someone's mood. In the afternoon, Lena went on a small boat tour along the coast. The wind in her hair and the sparkling waves made her feel exhilaration, that rush of excitement and energy. For example, "I felt exhilaration skiing down the snowy slope," she shouted. "This is amazing!" The captain laughed at her joy. As the sun began to set, Lena climbed a small hill. A couple nearby was laughing and seemed elated, a word for extreme happiness or joy. She felt elated when she received the good news. Watching them, Lena felt inspiration, the drive to do something creative or meaningful. For example, the artist's work gave me inspiration to paint. Sitting down, Lena wrote in her journal again. She felt reflective, thinking deeply about her experiences and emotions. For example, he felt reflective after finishing the long hike. She recorded every moment. The anxiety in the morning, the nostalgia, the exhilaration on the boat, and the pride in her sketches. Finally, Lena looked at the golden horizon and felt serenity, complete calm and peace. For instance, the quiet lake brought a feeling of serenity, she whispered. Emotions are so rich and complicated, but today I felt them all, and that makes life truly beautiful. With a smile, Lena stood up and walked back into the city lights, carrying every feeling she had experienced that day, ready for tomorrow's adventures. And that's a wrap on Lena's emotional adventure in Brighton. Today, we explored words like anticipation, contentment, anxious, embrace, nostalgia, empathy, unexpected, grateful, overwhelmed, process, curiosity, insecure, reassured, pride, longing, melancholy, exhilaration, elated, inspiration, reflective, and serenity. Using them in real situations like Lena did will help you express your feelings naturally. Next, we'll meet another adventurer in a completely different city, exploring even more emotions through real-life experiences. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back. After exploring Lena's emotional journey in Brighton, today we're joining Ethan on his first adventurous day in Lisbon. Just like before, we'll discover new words to describe emotions and feelings, but this time in a completely different city, with new experiences and challenges. Let's see how Ethan navigates the day. Ethan woke up feeling restless. That's when you can't sit still because something is bothering you or you're eager for change. For example, she felt restless waiting for the train. Ethan couldn't wait to explore Lisbon, but his mind was buzzing with a mix of excitement and nerves. As he walked toward the tram stop, he felt optimistic about the day ahead. Being optimistic means expecting good things to happen. Like, I feel optimistic about my new project. Ethan thought, today is going to be a good day. I can feel it. On the tram, Ethan met a friendly local who asked if he wanted to join a walking tour. Ethan hesitated, feeling a little apprehensive. That's when you're anxious or fearful about what might happen. For example, she was apprehensive about moving to a new city. But soon, he felt thrilled at the idea. Thrilled means extremely excited or happy, like he was thrilled to hear he got the job. Ethan smiled, thinking, "Yes, let's do this adventure." As the tour began, the guide shared stories about the city's history. Ethan was fascinated. He couldn't stop listening. Fascinated means extremely interested or captivated. For example, I'm fascinated by how ancient civilizations built pyramids. Suddenly, a street performer juggled flaming torches nearby. Ethan felt astonished, completely surprised or amazed. "I was astonished by the magician's tricks," he whispered. "Wow, how does he do that?" Walking through the winding streets, Ethan felt a strong admiration for the local artists painting murals. Admiration is respect or warm approval. For example, "I have great admiration for her dedication to teaching." He thought, "These artists are so talented." At a small cafe, Ethan tried a famous Portuguese pastry. The flavor was so perfect he felt delighted, which is extreme pleasure or happiness. For example, "I was delighted by the surprise party my friends organized." Later, he got a little lost in the labyrinth of streets. At first, he felt confused, unsure of where to go. "I felt confused by the complicated instructions." But then a friendly local helped him, and he felt relieved, the release of stress or worry. For example, she was relieved when the exam was over. Walking along the river, Ethan saw children flying kites. The sight made him cheerful or visibly happy and positive, like he felt cheerful after hearing the good news. He smiled and waved at the kids, enjoying their joy. Suddenly, it started to rain lightly. Ethan felt a little disappointed when reality doesn't meet your expectations. For example, "I was disappointed that the concert was canceled." But he quickly shrugged and laughed, feeling playful, lighthearted, and fun. The children were playful in the garden. Stopping by a viewpoint, Ethan saw a stunning panorama of the city. He felt awe, that mix of respect and wonder in front of something magnificent. For example, "I felt awe when I saw the Grand Canyon." He took a deep breath and let the view sink in. As the day went on, Ethan met another traveler who shared their own adventure stories. Listening carefully, he felt inspired to try new things. Like, "I felt inspired to start my own project." The sun began to set, and the streets glowed with golden light. Ethan felt tranquil, a peaceful and calm state of mind. For example, she felt tranquil sitting by the quiet lake. He paused for a moment, enjoying the serenity of the scene. Later, he tried navigating a steep hill and stumbled slightly, feeling embarrassed, the self-conscious feeling when something awkward happens. Like, "I felt embarrassed after spilling coffee on my shirt." But he laughed at himself and kept going, embracing the moment. At a small outdoor concert, the music made Ethan feel elated, full of joy and excitement. For example, she felt elated after winning the competition. He danced along, enjoying every beat. The evening brought a sudden cool breeze, and Ethan felt comforted by the warmth of his jacket and the friendly presence of fellow travelers. Comforted means feeling safe and reassured. For example, "I felt comforted by her kind words." He walked past a quiet alley, noticing a stray cat curling up on a doorstep. Seeing it made him feel tender, gentle, and affectionate. Like, she felt tender toward the small puppy. He crouched to pet it, smiling softly. Finally, sitting on a hilltop, Ethan reflected on the day. He felt grateful again, thankful for all the little moments and encounters. Like, "I am grateful for having supportive friends." As he watched the city lights sparkle, he also felt wistful, a gentle sadness mixed with longing. For example, I felt wistful remembering my childhood summers. He sighed happily, enjoying the mix of emotions. Before heading back to his hotel, Ethan felt a sense of accomplishment, proud of how he had navigated a new city and embraced every experience. Like, she felt a sense of accomplishment after finishing the marathon. Finally, he felt peaceful, that complete calm and satisfaction at the end of a full day. For example, he felt peaceful after meditating in the garden. Ethan smiled, thinking, "What a day, full of surprises, joy, and emotions I'll never forget." And that's the end of Ethan's adventurous day in Lisbon. Today, we explored words like restless, optimistic, apprehensive, thrilled, fascinated, astonished, admiration, delighted, confused, relieved, cheerful, disappointed, playful, awe, inspired, tranquil, embarrassed, comforted, tender, wistful, accomplishment, and peaceful. Using them in real situations, just like Ethan did, helps you express emotions more naturally and vividly. Next time, we'll explore even more human experiences with new protagonists, new cities, and new emotions to expand your vocabulary even further.